recently, for the past month or two, I kind of got back into Star Wars. Thanks to Russian Badger, I played Star Wars Battlefront 2, and oh man, I forgot how fun it can be. And frustrating it can be. And it's thanks to him that I get my kicks of playing the Death Trooper and an Ewok. So not only are we taking a look at something Star Wars related, but also SFM related stuff. Chosen animated Star Wars short.
I've tried to shake the feeling my whole life. But deep within, I know I'm different from my brothers.
Oh gosh, copyrighted music.
Can you get back in the fight? No. No. Just go. Our brothers need you. I'm expendable. Go! Not a chance. Factor's on the way. Hang in there.
It sounds like the voice impressions is not trying to sound like the Clone Wars TV
Looks like our
show.
brothers will need to finish the real fight without us.
Looks like it's
We'll get
trying
you
to
back in one-
sound like the live action ones in the original Battlefront 2 game.
Droids keep coming! Keep them back!
Up!
Push back the clone. Roger, roger. He's still moving. Keep firing.
Up! Yep, now it sounded like the Clone Wars.
Form a wall! Keep them back!
Full assault mode.
Vehicle incoming!
Okay. So, one or two guys did not sound like the Clone Wars TV show. They sound like they're trying to replicate the voice of the live action Clone Troopers. But now they're using the voice clips from the TV show and the games. EA game.
You see that? Finally strapped! Target that droid!
That guy's a commando.
Enemy closing! Give everything we've got!
Lock down the area. Clear the perimeter. Help, help.
More enemies incoming! They're not stopping! Now!
Opening fire.
I know I'm different. I've always felt something pulling me, calling me. I've never dared to listen, but I knew the day would come when that thing, that feeling, wouldn't wait any longer.
Ah.
What? How did he?
They just stopped. The droids just stopped firing?
What the? No, no.
Oh, so now I get why they called the... Now I get why they call it Chosen.
Though my brothers are grateful, I fear this part of me. What it could mean. how this happened, and why only me.
Ah, the shapeshifter. Well, if you guys want to make the clone troopers sound like the live action troopers, including the original Battlefront 2 game troopers, you know who to go to. Okay, so this video, it's good. It's well made. There are some weird stuff with the animations in a couple of areas here and there, though it might be just nitpicks. Nightmares films, they seem to be doing a fine job with the material given to them. Okay. Wait. That's only one? Okay, this is my first attempt at a completely animated short with SF. Oh, that was his first attempt? My first attempt or two, I was not really that great. And yet somehow I managed to gain a lot of views. If this is his first attempt at a completely animated short with Source Filmmaker, that's pretty impressive. Used a lot of quarantine time? Yes, 2020. Still have a lot to learn. Yes. Yes, you do. That was the only one. I looked at to see if the other videos. That's the only one he ever did. What? And I'm trying to see if there's other videos to do. But this is the only one. There's no lead up to any videos. And I'm checking his comment down below. He said that I know a lot of us are very passionate about Star Wars, so please know that this is not canon or attempt to change the story of Star Wars or how the Force works. This was just a concept I always loved as a kid. One clone being chosen by the Force, despite being a template. Huh. Well, a clone being chosen by the Force. You certainly did a pretty good job bringing that to life. It's a pretty good Source Filmmaker video. Kind of a shame that this is the only one he ever did. But it's good to know that there is some passion put behind it. And for his first attempt at an SFM video, that's pretty impressive. It's definitely better than my first attempt, which is Godzilla Origins, where my Source Filmmaker video back in 2017, it was based off of some stop motion Godzilla videos, which is probably deleted a long time ago, where it's a dinosaur in some island that ended up getting nuclear attacked, and Godzilla was a T-Rex who just transformed. It wasn't the best animated looking back, I will admit. As a matter of fact, in recent years, believe it or not, I got two actual Xbox Kinects, because I found out about this motion capture thing. I was trying desperately to find some motion capture of any kind when it comes to Gmod and Source Filmmaker, because I knew it's probably going to take me a decade, or probably going to take me an entire year just to do some Source Filmmaker, because unless I just animate it in a shitty way. But thankfully, there's motion capture, so there is some hope in the world. Might have to do some manual stuff to polish it, but I couldn't have it any other way. And sadly, it's not applicable for every single model. Like, I tried to use a xenomorph model or two. I tried to motion capture a xenomorph. It did not turn out well. I don't think so. I might try it again in the future, but if it doesn't go well, or at least for a model or two that I don't want it, Source Filmmaker is hard work. And in some cases, there's not a lot of material given to you unless there are some guys out there willing to make such materials and maps and whatnot. In fact, I had to implement Gary's mod maps and fix some HDR problems manually. There's video tutorials online and it's not too complicated, but yeesh. But as for Star Wars related content, which is also for SFM related content, it's one of the few good ones. There's not a lot of source filmmaker related projects when it comes to Star Wars. Although there is a bit of a kicker that I am planning on doing with source filmmaker in the future that's related to Star Wars. At some point in the future, I am seriously thinking about making an actual short horror film set in the Star Wars universe. A fan-made film. Does anybody remember that Darth Vader scene at the end of Rogue One? Well, I wanted to do something like that. It was thanks to this one image I saw where there was a lady Sith that's cloaked in a hoodie and she has this lightsaber up close. There was red lighting. She had a devilish smirk on her face and her Sith yellow eyes were shining and the lighting was so good. It's like, oh my gosh! Talk about being cute and creepy at the same time. It's thanks to that image that I kind of want to do a Sith short horror film now. But the question is, how am I going to do it? I mean, I've been looking at Spooky Scary Sundays by Corey Kenshin. There's some cliches I can get and some cliches that I should not do. And Corey pretty much calls them out. And admittedly, if I do make this short horror film in the future, I kind of hope that Corey himself might take a look at it and see what he thinks. But I ain't gonna get to. It might be a one-time deal though, to make a Sith, to make something horror related, unless I do Len Kaiten 2, which has some triggering topics. But yeah, I want to do a Sith horror short where a Sith assassin is stalking someone. And I have a few good ideas, I think, and I have some pretty good ideas to make a really good atmosphere. If there's anything I've learned from watching some reactors and some FNAF VHS tapes by Scrippus McGrippus, it's not about, bah, got you. It's more of, oh God, what is happening? There's a few ideas I have, but I don't know what to do for the story itself. I mean, the most I can... There's a few ideas, but there are one or two horror lovers who pretty much shot that idea down. Like, I gotta make it personal with the main character or something. It's a work in progress, guys. There's a few maps on Gary's mod that I could probably implement at Source Filmmaker. And, don't get me started with trying to do some kind of connect motion capture on Gary's mod. It was a pain in the ass. When I was doing... I just did a Black Cat Gary's mod video using Connect. Let me tell you, motion capturing a Gary's mod is a complete pain in the ass with the generated stuff. I had to retry it multiple times. I had to put the camera in the right placement. the camera placements, and sometimes it can get real jittery. I have to try things over and over and over again. I was doing a recreation of the Black Cat's first appearance in the Amazing Spider-Man comic from the 70s or 80s. My body, or more specifically, my legs, was fucking sore. So, wow, I've been going on for quite a while. Well, that's gonna be it for me. Last thing I say is, I really do hope that I can bring this Sith short horror film to life, because it's like how with that guy who made the Chosen SFM Star Wars source filmmaker, he liked the concept of a clone that's been chosen by the Force. I myself would love a concept where it's a short horror film where the Sith is a slasher. But if there's anything I've learned, especially the fact that I got the connects for motion capture, it should be possible. I don't know when I'll finally get to doing that. I just need to polish some story ideas first and some maps. But I do look forward to doing that in the future. After I'm done with Chapter 1 of my Avengers project. Or maybe doing that, I don't know. Well, good video all around. Impressive first time. I went out long enough. If you guys like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. May the Force be with you.